What's up, YouTube and people of the world? So my interview process here is a working interview, and I pay the candidate for the day. So if it's a counter person or service writer, I don't usually do that. If it's a technician who's a production-based employee, I need to see what you have, what your skills are. So what I do normally is it starts with a phone call with our help wanted. Hey, okay, and I say, here's how I do things. Bring your dirties, bring your work boots, bring your skills. You don't need any tools. Come in, I'm gonna give you a job and give you things to do. So if it's an entry-level position, I know what work to give them. If it's a C-Tech, B-Tech, A-Tech, guy that has lots of experience but no certifications, I know what to do. So Saturday, this guy comes in and he calls because our start time's 7:30 and says, hey, I'm going to be a few minutes late. Not, the way he wants to leave a first impression. Said, no problem, dude. Let's go. We're here waiting for you. Shows up like 5 minutes late. Put him on a job, which is a Chevy 5.3 exhaust manifold with a broken stud in it. And I also gave him belts to do on this. One was a stretch belt, one was a serpentine belt. And the belts were already off the car because we started to work yesterday. Well, he struggled with the belt install. But he got through it, but everyone had to help him. All right, so I think that's minimum basic skills, in my opinion. And then now we're on to the exhaust manifold, and he got it apart, but he needed guidance. And then I said, well, how are you going to get that broken stud out of the cylinder head? And he really didn't have a definitive answer for me. So show him what we do here to get it. It was recessed in the cylinder. No, I'm sorry. It was exposed from the cylinder head. I gave him a stud strip tool that you bang over the stud and try and extract it. He broke that right off. Your goal as an experienced mechanic is not to break it. If you feel that it doesn't turn, you stop what you're doing so you don't break it off inside the cylinder head. I could have welded something external to that and pulled it out a lot easier than having to deal with it broke off inside the cylinder head. Nevertheless, I get that out. I tell him the next step. I like to use a little red high temp RTV on the gasket. Put all new bolts in, which we have a new bolt kit for it. So then I see him farting around on his cell phone, and he says, I got some stuff on Facebook Marketplace I'm trying to sell. And I'm like, okay, dude, get back to work. So then, as we're working on getting the stud out of the cylinder head, I look around, and this guy's nowhere around. I come out back, he's leaned over this table on his cell phone again. Now, mind you, this is a Saturday morning. We're only here from 7:30 to 12, so it's not a full day worth of work here where he needed, to stop and get on his phone. Something you shouldn't be doing while you're doing a working interview, dude. Next was, he said, can I smoke a cigarette? I said, yeah, you can smoke a cigarette and work at the same time. Okay, no problem. And then I don't know, an hour later, he goes, do you smoke? I'm like, no. He goes, I guess I can't bum a cigarette from you. No, nobody smokes here. So I tell him, again, get back to work. So next Saturday is my short day. So I have to get out of here, but I need to make sure that everything is up to my standards before I leave and enough skill set in the shop for the work that needs to be done. So he's out back with the gasket and the RTV. And now, mind you, I already told him prior, do not put a lot on the gasket. Needless to say, the gasket's slathered in glue and adhesive. And I said, dude, this is not what I told you to do. So I put gloves on, I clean the glue up. I show him my trick to hang in the exhaust manifold really fast. I start the two end bolts with the gasket on. I hang the exhaust manifold up. I said, now start every bolt by hand. Well, he's struggling with that too. And then we also have a weak 3/8 electric gun that I said, this is good for dashboard work and little stuff, not for exhaust. He's using that. I'm like, ugh, and this is the bay he's working in. And then here's all the tools that he has to work with. This is what we work with every day to do jobs. Now I know when you're coming here to a working interview, is it hard to find all the tools you need? Not when it's laid out like this. Look. Pretty simple. Electric guns, air guns, everything you need to do a job, like within this vicinity. So my opinion, it's pretty easy. If you're really a good mechanic, really good experienced mechanic. So I said, I'm leaving at 11 o'clock. My goals for you two are at least meet book time on doing this job. Keep in mind, we've helped him through this whole entire job. So I think it paid 3 hours, and I said, I want this job complete by the time we leave at 12 o'clock. So I come in Monday morning, I look at the car, the fender liner's not screwed back in. I asked him to go over to exhaust manifold bolts and torque them by hand. That wasn't done. Dude, what the fuck are you doing? And he wanted big money to be here. No thanks.